Ah ha ha ha! Konnichiwa Busters! The bug catcher is here today, smoking trees, and I'm catching Butterfreeze, baby. And in today's video, new Pokemon Ideas spin-offs, right? Before I get started, big shout out to me, big dog on the screen, bug catcher. Heart gold playthrough, y'all might as well check it out, right? Anyway, let's get on with today's topic, right? So, let's talk about some of the spin-offs we already have. Mystery Dungeon, Pokken Tournament, right? Uh the Cafe Mix game, Pokemon Go maybe. Obviously, some of these games, Pokemon Snap, all of these games can get a sequel or a third version, right? Like Pokken Tournament 2, long overdue. Pokemon Snap 3, we could go without, right? Let me get into the meat and potatoes, right? Because I got two ideas here that I want to share with you guys that I think would be a good idea. So the first one is a Sims like Pokemon game. And I'm not even really sure what this would entail, right? I'm picturing like our character in some sort of house. You ever seen like the shorts, the Pokemon shorts on YouTube? And it's like a family who lives out in a cabin in the snow, has like a mad cargo to you know, heat up their fireplace, right? Stuff like that, or it's a slugma. Like I guess stuff. Just picture the Sims, but with Pokemon. That's all. Not even a story, not no well thought out story in it. Just a simulation Pokemon where it's just what does a normal life look like for a normal person? Not no trainer or gym leader. Like we know what they go through, right? Like what is the average life of the average guy or girl in Pokemon, right? Like that's I think I have three ideas actually, because the next one is a game where, and I'm not sure if you could include this in that Sims game, right, Busters? Make it a part of that, or make it like its own game, I guess. But there needs to be a Pokemon game where there is no battling, right? Which sounds totally fucking off the wall for Pokemon. Because how many Pokemon games are there where you don't battle nothing, right? So in this game, I'm picturing and like I said, maybe we can involve this in that Sims Pokemon game, right? But like I want a game where I can be a breeder or and not like in Emerald where you can do the contest halls. Like I want that expanded upon, and like the breeding, like I want to be a breeder. Like I want to own a farm and breed Pokemon and like have my own daycare. So maybe that is part of the Sims game, right? Where you can just, if you want to start a farm and be a Pokemon breeder, and people come and drop off their Pokemon to you like a daycare, and you help make eggs, and you tell people these aren't going to work and this and that, and you raise your prices, or you enter different contests, something. Like I want to see life in Pokemon that's not battling. And I feel like there's so much other stuff in the world of Pokemon. Like, why can't I guess it's already done, but, why can't I just go out and catch Pokemon, like shinies? And I guess that's why they won't do that. A Pokemon sim, because that's kind of what every game is almost, right? So I guess that particular idea may be a no-go. You guys let me know what you think. Give me your own thoughts. But this next game is something I think is the real deal. All right. And it can be maybe a Legends game. I'm not sure. Pokemon builds cyberspace. Okay. So hear me out. Remember in the Gen 1 titles, when you walk into Bill's house, he he turned himself into a Pokemon, right? And he's doing some sort of lame research or whatever. And Bill also owns the storage boxes. Look at the box on the screen. See how it was like foresty? I'll even rewind it for you, Busters. Do you see how when I clicked, like there's the artwork and it looks like a lush jungle? So picture this game. Maybe it's like a Souls or a God of War type S game. It's open world-ish but linear. So picture a game where there's a Deoxys stuck in Bill's personal computer at his home, right? And it's causing a ruckus across all the PCs across Kanto. Or Hoenn. Maybe Lynette's having this problem and Bill, she calls you and Bill. You know, maybe you're like related to Red in this game or whatever, right? She calls you and Bill. When you get there, you realize Deoxys is on each of those, boxes. Like he's done something to the box, to box number 1 that looks like a lush jungle, to where when you get turned into the Pokemon, right? I'm so excited, I'm losing my train of thought. Bill turns you into a Pokemon, and you have to go in there and fight off a Deoxys form. I think he has 4, right? And on the 5th type of stage or level, it's like you fight all of them, right? So I'm picturing maybe like a Legends Arceus game where you had like the field lands and then the marsh and then the volcano area, right? So picture a lush jungle and Bill turns you into a Scyther. And you're in the jungle and you got size and you're fighting enemies, right? And then at the very end, you find Speed Deoxys hiding in the jungle of whatever this mission, whatever you got to do in this area. The next area is like a neon-esque city, like cyberpunk-esque, and you're Hitmonchan. And you're like, each of these Pokemon I'm thinking of have like a sword with them built in, or like some sort of mechanic that they already have like a weapon, right? So Cleavor or Bisharp could have been good for that first stage, a jungle-esque ninja-like jumping through shit. But I just picked Scyther, just fits the bill the best to me, right? In a thug type New York City-esque cyberpunk looking city, I just picture a Hitmonchan getting the job done, like a Yakuza type level, and you're just beating stuff up with Hitmonchan. Then maybe there's like a Bruce Lee Wrath of the Dragon-esque tower, and you're a Greninja, right? That stage, that's the open area 3. Like there's a big ancient tower. And maybe and then all of these levels, once you hit enough missions are done or whatever, or you do enough stuff in the area, a different form Deoxys pops out. I'm picturing a volcano-esque level. I'm telling you, a Pokemon Bill cyberspace where you get sucked into the computer. Maybe we figure out how Porygon 3 is actually made. Maybe that's what the 4th level is. Like you're just the new and improved Porygon 3, or you're a Gallade and you run through, just another area is like some fighter. This is like a beat 'em up type game almost, really. Like Mortal Kombat Armageddon Conquest mode. I think Pokemon is really slacking in a lot of different areas. Graphically, they're behind. You saw what they just did. So picture that game, that new Game Freak game, but instead of you're the Asian chick, right? You're, a Scyther running through and you're using your size and you're doing a tornado move like you got double katanas or something. Pokemon needs to really get their shit together because they're just not doing it for me lately. That's why I am making this video, busters. Sorry if I'm a little hazed out. If this is a shorter video than normal. The bug catcher is cat sitting for his brother-in-law, and he's here and there, if that makes any sense. Pokemon needs to step their games up with better side games. I don't like that. Even though this is a kid series, Game Freak, Pokemon, they have to know that a lot of their fans are adults. And they don't even try at all to target any of them, in my personal opinion. And with that being said, the bug catcher is out. If you smell what I'm cooking.